Now, there's a lot of folks that don't know it, but there was a period of time after the Great Depression where small town gas stations would go to great lengths to catch the attention of passerbys. Indeed, they tried to lure in the curious into spending money at their businesses by building bizarre gas stations in the shape of all kinds of things, such as seashells, teapots, donuts, dinosaurs, and many other things. Towns in Appalachia were no different, and in 1931, two brothers in the mountains of East Tennessee built an ingenious gas station. That's right, an airplane gas station. Folks in these parts had never seen an airplane, but now they could drive their car under its wings and even walk inside to purchase drinks and snacks. The airplane gas station stood as an iconic landmark for over 90 years. However, recently the building faced demolition as it almost succumbed to the hands of time. This is the true story of how an Appalachian town saved an airplane that never flew. Back in 1930, folks passing through Powell, Tennessee, referred to this road as the Dixie Highway. However, locals called it Clinton Highway. And if you drove this stretch of road for the first time, you would head up a slight hill, and as the road curved to the north, you would notice something strange. Very strange indeed, a 58-foot airplane. And as you got closer, it would be facing you, looking like it was about to take off and fly right over your head. You'll notice that it was actually a gas station. So most folks would just pull over and get a closer look. And that's exactly what the Nickel brothers wanted you to do. The two brothers knew the value of using an eye-catching design for their station. They knew the keys to success would be not only to serve the residents of the area, but they would need to draw on the recent influx of travelers that the introduction of the automobile to the mass public had created. They chose a fantastic style of architecture in order to make their station more appealing for the traveling public. While the form of the airplane itself lends itself well to use as a gas station, it was Elmer Nichols' affinity for the airplane that was the driving force behind the station's construction. He was inspired by Charles Lindbergh's The Spirit of St. Louis. In the early years, the brothers advertised their airplane gas station on reversible business cards with another up-and-coming gas station. You may have heard of him, Colonel Harlan Sanders, who later converted his roadside station into what would become the Kentucky Fried Chicken Empire. Indeed, the Nickel brothers had created the secret recipe to drawing visitors to their gas station. They capitalized on both the popularity of the automobile and the public's fascination with aviation. And for the next 3 decades, their airplane was as busy as a bee, with folks stopping for gas and getting flat tires repaired and oil changes. Heck, you could even enjoy a cold drink and snacks while you waited. The gas station closed in the 1960s, but the airplane went on to serve as a liquor store and a produce stand, a bait shop, and a tackle shop, even a used car lot. Heck, it was even rumored to be a moonshine still at one point. But for a long time, it sat abandoned on the side of the highway. Most folks passed it every day, and urban legends began to grow about how it got there. Many folks said it was a real plane that had crash-landed there and had sat there ever since. By the early 2000s, the airplane faced demolition. Literally, the bulldozers were parked right next to it, about to push it off a hill to never be seen again. And that's when locals stepped in. They created a non-profit group and bought the plane structure for $20,000. The building was in bad shape. The termites had had a feast, and the structure was about 80% rotten wood and 20% rusted metal. Not deterred, they began selling t-shirts and holding car washes and doing anything they could to raise funds. The movement caught the attention of a professor at nearby University of Tennessee. He assigned his students a group project to see if they could get the plane placed on the National Register of Historic Buildings. And by 2004, they had succeeded. This was a huge breakthrough, and now the plane was protected. Over $100,000 was spent in restoring the airplane to its original glory. So, if you ever find yourself riding down US 25 through Powell, Tennessee, you'll see this beautiful airplane on the side of the road. Today, you can pull in and get yourself a haircut since it's a barber shop. One person at a time can get their haircut on the inside of the airplane, while the others wait their turn in the plane's tail near a TV that plays westerns most of the time. Enjoy a Coca-Cola from the antique cooler and admire the memorabilia of the 1930s. Somewhere, I know that Elmer and Henry Nickel are looking down and smiling.